I can't wait to get into this one, my people. So I'm gonna share with you how this DJ, Black Coffee, and two other DJs, supporting acts, if you will, not only sold out a 15K venue, but I'm estimating they generated, well, the venue generated more than 5 million Great British pounds. And that's 20 million dirhams plus, okay? So I'm gonna do lots of conversion. And for ease, I'm gonna speak, well, not for ease, but because my audience is UK, UAE, US, I'm just gonna say it in dirhams and pounds. The rest of y'all do the conversion, okay? But for ease, if I say anything in dirhams, it's divided by 5, okay? For ease, it's not the conversion, but it's roughly the conversion for ease, okay? So, as many of you know that follow me, I went to the Black Coffee concert recently in December 25, and my friend was talking big, there's the Black Coffee, it's got the best of everything there, it's going to be incredible. I was like, I've never been to a Black Coffee. Let me, you co-signing it? Let me go and check this out. So then I was like, all right, let me go, then I went to look at the ticket prices. I was like, what? How much? Tables were mostly sold out. And then the ones that were available, it was a variety, but it was like, in dirhams, 15K, like £3,000, right? Starting. And they were really strict with like how many people you can have. So I was like, what's going on here? Messaged my boy that said, he goes, yeah, no, it's like going to be good. So I messaged a couple of the boys and said, who's up for it? People were like shaking. I was like, okay, maybe it's not the one. So then I said to one of my friends, let's just go and see what it's all about. Anyway, we went down there. We got this VIP standing. Now, the VIP standing was 2,500 dirhams. That was where my budget was. That's £500. I didn't want to do general population, Gen Pop, as I may call it. I was like, yeah, this is a halfway house between VIP, for the two of us. So we got that. And I'm going to get to the money in a minute. So we got those tickets, went down there, very well organized, military operation, went in, someone escorted us to the area. We got there early. Meanwhile, we don't know, when you don't know the pattern, you don't know what time you're supposed to get there, what time it gets lively, what time people go on stage, all that stuff, right? So we got there early, like 9. And it was quietly quiet, I would say. People didn't start arriving until like midnight, right? Cool, went there. He got the first round, went to the bar. It was VIP standing. How you get VIP standing, first of all? Anyway, the whole venue pretty much standing, but there's tables. I'm gonna break down in a minute, like how the tables and where it all is in a second, so I'm getting there. So, we're VIP standing. He goes to get a drink from the bar, and it's like a private bar for that area. Every ticket you buy, that's your area. You can't be frequenting anywhere else. So go to the bar now, and he spends 500 dirhams on like 2 drinks and my mixers. That's £100. So we look at each other like we're already civilians. Today, we're not we're not got the table, we're civilians today, like we're going to the bar ourselves, chalet, the suffering. So, we're like, okay, so does that make sense? So, can we buy a bottle? It's 2 of us. First of all, I hate going to the bar. I would rather just have my drink and stay in my corner and done. Anyway, they said no, so we're like, this is crazy. So we said, let's take a walk. Got our drink, took a walk, and where the bars are, you can't get to that area because of your particular wristband that you would get on arrival. You get your wristband, and that determines your area in your space. So you can't get the wristband now. So I'm like, okay. So we're speeching the guy. We're like, listen, We need to get there. Lets us through, we're like, perfect. Go through, go to the general population area, Gen Pop, and the drinks are 85 dirhams. So just call it, for the sake of math, £16, yeah? In comparison to £50, so times two, £100, times two, 32 pounds. So we're like, this is more normal. But now we're queuing. Queue's not mad, to be fair, to start with, but people are already getting too close. Yeah, I don't like my space. I'm not used to it. I want my table. But anyway, I'm doing civilian life. It is what it is. So anyway, so we're queuing, we got our drinks, blah, blah, blah. And we're like, all right, let's go in the main general tickets. And I'm going to show you the layout of the land in just a minute, right? So we walk around and we're like, this is interesting. And all my mind is thinking, as this is money. All I can think, the way that the structure was, whatever. So let's get into this, because I want to break this one down, right? Now, I messaged one of my contacts who does like VIP, and they sent me this, right? And this is what the venue also sent me. So we're going to break down the mathematics on this, right? So let me show you kind of where everything is. So DJ obviously is here. So you can kind of, you can see the DJ. Let me see if I can turn my cursor on. Hold on a second. If I can turn my cursor on so you guys can see. There we go. Boom, right? So DJ's here. This is the kind of the main area where everyone's standing. So that's like 10K people. I'm going to break down the numbers in just a minute and how much it costs, right? And 5 mil, easy, right? So, all right. So let's break it down. So the backstage, I don't know. No, let's start in reverse order, right? Because otherwise it's going to be too anticlimax. All right, I'm going to go in no particular order. VVIP standing. This is where we was, right? This is where we was. So it's mirrored. On both sides, it's mirrored. So the bar's here and the VVIP standing is here, okay? Now, this area, I'm guesstimating, holds about 500 people on both sides. 500 and 500. I went to both sides. It was cool, So if you look at that, 500 people paying 2,500 dirhams each. One of my friends wanted to come, actually. I sent him the link to the website. It now was 3,000 dirhams. This was when we was in there. So if we say that 500 people multiplied by 2,500 equals 1.2 million dirhams. Just for VIP standing. Just for VIP standing. No, nothing else, just for VIP standing. That's what that one looks like, yeah? And if you look at general admission, so this was the general admission area, okay? All of this, packed general admission area. Now, those general admission tickets, let's just say there's, a good... That's where most of the people are, right? So let's just say there's 15K people in that space, all right? 15K people in that space, and they're all paying. So it was, when I went on the website, you could get it from 400 dirhams, and it went up on the day until like 700 dirhams, yeah? So let's just go an average of 500. That's £100. People are paying £100 to see a DJ. I respect the hustle. Listen, he's not, okay, this particular DJ, he has some music, so that he's made, respect to him. But they're not like singers and, entertainers. They haven't got to dance. They haven't got to entertain. I need to become a DJ. Respect to them, man, there. Yeah? Because the hustle is crazy, right? So let's just say 15,000 people paying £100. That's the low ticket, okay? Cool. That's the low ticket, no problem at all. Then we've got the VIP tables. Okay, let me show you the VIP tables. Silver. Look, it's even got some of the prices there. Silver. This is respectfully like, this is like the bottom of the barrel, like at the back tables. But you know what? It is what it is. I might get a table there next time. Who knows? They're 5K. So they're 5K. There's 50 tables, 25, 25, both sides, yeah? So on this side and this side. Now, although if you count these here, it doesn't quite add up to the number I'm telling you, but I'm telling you the tables were tight and they will put more people in if there's more demand, right? So there's 50 tables, 8 people allowed per table. You're not allowed any more. If you need more wristbands, you have to pay more, okay? So 5,000 dirhams, that's £1,000, that is 250,000 dirhams. Simple. Maximum Achievement Summit, Dubai. If you want to hang out with me and Bianca, you know what, it's not just hanging out, I shouldn't say that. 5 days in Dubai, fun in the sun, everything created for you, but also we're working on your personal development, your personal brand, your image, and sales, marketing, the power of persuasion. Listen, we've planned an incredible 5 days for you. Check out the details in the link below. Now, each of these, let's say for as well, each area is going to buy their own drinks. Is that fair to say? So you'll finish your bottle and they'll sell you a drink. Now, my friend was backstage and he said, bro, it was an expensive night because not only did we spend 100K, but we had to buy more drinks because they only serve the premium alcohol. Hustle. I respect the hustle. I love it. Yeah. So then, so those tables are 5K, and it's fair to say they're gonna buy another drink or two or bottle or two. Simple math. We don't really need to, we know where the money is coming in from there. So the gold here on this side, the gold, they are 10K, 60 tables, 600,000 dirhams. Simple math, again, bottles will be consumed. Platinum, 15,000 dirhams. They're the 3 grand ones here. Again, 40 tables, 12 people allowed on these tables each. Okay. Plus, again, they're going to buy more drinks. Again, another 600K generated. Okay. VIP tables, they are 20,000 dirhams. They're here, mirrored again, both sides. Yeah, 20,000 dirhams. You're allowed 12 people on those tables. Then you've got the VVIP here. That's as close as you're going to get before you start hemorrhaging money and cash, right? They're 25K. That's not too bad. It's 5 grand, 12 people, a couple of your guys, whatever. But for the ballers, they just can take that, no problem, right? 40 tables, that's 1 million dirhams. That's 200 grand. Safe to say they're going to buy more drinks, yeah? And drinks are not cheap. So they're going to be spending top money. They're not buying it by the glass. They're going to be buying it by the bottle. Okay? So they're your premium tables. Then you've got the backstage. All right? Categories A, B, and C. So depending on where you are seated, and I'm guesstimating this. This is not fact, but I'm guesstimating this based on the information I have from my friends who were there, who I didn't know. My friend messaged me the next day. I saw him on literally behind the DJ. DJ booth's here. He's here. I'm like, I didn't know he was there. He goes, bro, I had 4 spare tickets. Not every one of my friends could make it. Some of them got trapped on route, on flight. Even my driver came in. I said, I'm there doing Gen Pop. He's telling me he had the bands in his pocket. I didn't even. And the thing is, I know he is. I already know. I should have just hit him up, but I just wasn't thinking. Emotional damage. So anyway, so 50K, all right, for the stage A, okay, behind the stage. Here's even says it on one of these, right? Stage A, 40 to 50K, you allow 12 packs. The other one's price on application, right? I'm guesstimating these are your category A, yeah? Then you've got category B seats. They were 100K. That's what my friend got. He got category B seat. Now, I'm guessing that these are the category B or these are the category B, right? But when the DJ was playing, he walked down, of course, whatever. I'm assuming, but he's well connected. Who knows where he was? He might have been there. I don't know. But that's what he spent, 100 grand, right? And then he bought more drinks on top. So there's 20, hold on, whoa, B, you're going too fast. The stage A, Yassa. There are 20 of those, yeah? I'm calculating. 20 of those, 15 people allowed on your table. That's 1 million just from the table sales. So you are allowed to spend based on, so the fair point is, you're allowed to redeem your credit, as in whatever you spend on your table, against food and drinks. But believe me, your food and drinks are gone like that because they're only going to serve you the premium. Respect. I'll do the same thing. Let me not even hate. Like, this is the hustle. This is the game. This is a well-oiled military precision operation, I must say. Whoever the organizers are, shout out to y'all. This is a well-oiled machine. The way that everything was just smooth. Oh, respect, man. Like, this is business at the end of the day. You got to respect the hustle. And people say, oh, but what about the experience? This is a few times of the year that this venue is fully booked. They're not here to give you experience. They're here to collect the money. Anyway, backstage category B, 100K, 20 tables. That's 2 million dirhams. What? Now, safe to say you're going to spend more drinks. Category A. Now, I don't know this, but I'm guessing. If we're going up by double, so 50K, 100K, I'm going at 200K. These select seats here. Also depends on who you are. Depends on what the price is going to be. Price on request. Why is that? Depends on who you are. Because we know you're going to spend that money. Price on request, yeah? You going to spend that money? Right? So 200 grand, 40 tables, 15 people allowed per table. If you want more wristbands, you got to pay that money. And I know a few people now that have been, who said they've been who was there, and I'm like, yo, it's crazy. So anyway, when you do these maths, yeah, when I done the maths, I calculated general admission, they made 8 million dirhams, 7.9, call it 8. But the grand total was 23.4 million dirhams, aka 5.2 million pounds, Great British pounds. Oh, listen, I'm not finished. Where else is the revenue coming? I forgot. Rewind. The food course. Captured audience. You got your burgers, your chips, your shawarmas, blah, blah, blah. Food course. But also, there was like vendors. There was the most bizarre vendor there. But Dubai is the only place that you can buy a property in the mall, by the way. I've never been anywhere else and you can buy a property in the mall. But they had a property vendor at the venue. So I was like, either they're really smart or really dumb. Because I'm like, why are they... There was a whole army of them. Property vendor. What did they spend? You know what they might have just done? A split comms. That's how I would have done it. I would have said, listen, my brethren, yeah, you got a property business? Cool. Pull up. I got 20K people pulling up to my event. Any properties that you do deals from, you just give me 2%. What? But let's just say they paid. Let's say they paid and they paid, I don't know, 20K, 30K, sterling. Yeah? I don't know what they paid. It's a captured audience. And it wasn't crazy busy, but they only need 1 or 2 conversations to do good business. And you got time to kill when the guy you're waiting for is not there yet, blah, blah, blah. So, that's how the owner might get the Rishon Mileh. He said, just buy me a watch. Whatever. Who cares? But the point is, there's money opportunity there. And there was a random clothes shop. You forget it's a bit getting cold now, December, you might be feeling a bit, you buy your little jumper, whatever, right? The hustle is real. So that was the other bit that they're getting money from. And obviously drinks from just, general population. Is it safe to say everybody's going to get 2 drinks? Yeah, everyone's going to buy 2 drinks. No, the maths that I did was this. I said, of those 20,000 people, we got 15K or so in the general population. 4,000 of them will buy 2 drinks at least. Fair? And that generates 1.6 million. And the tables will spend an extra 20%. 20% of the tables I calculated will buy more. And listen, I would love to do the real maths on this one day, like have some inside information. As many of you know from, if you follow me, some of the connections I have one contact that has a multi-billion-dollar hospitality brand, and I have another contact that has a couple of restaurants here in Dubai. So maybe I'll ask them, what does it look? But they're very different, so who knows? But this venue is a beast. This is not a normal conversation. This is not a normal space, right? And there was a vape brand or a vape business there. Now I don't know how much it costs, but I guesstimate it's £50, 250 dirhams. And when people's vapes finish or whatever, it's just an easy thing to buy. You know, your missus, your girl, or whatever is there, they want a vape. You want a vape? Yeah. And the people, do you know one thing I was respecting there about it? The girls that was walking around selling the vapes, they were hungry. Listen, if you're the vendor for that vape company, your team did sick. Because they were going around like that brand was there. They were rocking with the brand. They were going around, do you want it? Do you want it? About 10 women asked me the same question. I said, I don't vape. And I was like, I need stuff like this. Hungry. You gotta be hungry, John Leslie. Like, listen. Sorry if you don't know that reference. It's a Les Brown reference. Excuse me. I go off on one sometimes. But listen. The overall hustle. The parking. The parking. You gotta pay to park too. And it's not normal money. Normally you pay those things 100 dirhams, £20 tops, VIP valet parking. What? Now we're talking 300, 400, 500 dirhams, and you better park yourself. Somewhere we used to park when we go to another beach club, which is just local, they even said, well, they probably sold them that opportunity and said, yes, you park your cars there. The car park was packed. If you're interested in becoming a paid professional speaker, use the link below, book calling with one of my team. We would love to discuss with you how you can become a paid professional speaker. Whether you're new to the game or whether you've been in the game a long time, it doesn't matter. We can help you either A, make more money, get more booked, or understand your story so that you can serve the audience with impact. Listen, the money these men made for this venue, and I googled how much black coffee would make for an event like this, and it said anywhere between 250 sterling to $1 million sterling. So that's 5 million dirhams to 1.25 million dirhams. Yeah? I don't know what he made, but shout out to him. Whether some people say, oh, they didn't enjoy it, some people said they enjoyed it. Who cares? Right now for me, who cares? My man just walked away with $1 million. I bet you some artists are not getting that. When you see DJ Byron, yeah? When you see DJ Byron coming out, headphone on. When you see DJ Byron, next level business. Anyway, listen, I doff my cap to these men involved in this project. And let me know in the comments if you want me to do a bit of a deeper dive into the owner, because I did a little research. He's got a few different businesses. If you want me to do a deeper dive into the owner and kind of what business he's involved in, maybe I'll reach out to him, you know. Maybe we get him on the pod as well. Who knows? But listen, however you feel, whatever you think, this is a great business model. And they do not need to be open every day. They need to be open every now and then and bring the biggest DJs here to perform and done. And you know what? I'm going to go back and I'm going to probably, where it makes sense. Where it makes sense. I'll get the VIP. I'll get the VIP. Nah. I'll get the gold. I'm over here. Yeah? Let me pay my 15K and go 3 ways with my boys, you know, and bring the girls out. Who knows? But, man, I salute them because this is a hustle. This is a real life hustle and it's a great business model. And just to add, like when you're in these areas, you can't move around. And that's why it's just ingenious. Obviously, that's probably health and safety, yeah? Because obviously you get too many people in too many places. But like the way this, you know, when you can just see a well-oiled machine and you can just see that, yo, these men know their thing. They know how this works. This is not the first time. And even the security were over here. The black brothers were there, a bit heavy. They weren't messing about. listen, no pass. I saw them getting a bit handsy. And I'm like, yeah, I like that. Anyway, listen, if you want me to do more breakdowns like this, let me know. This is my first of its kind. So let me know if you're rocking with it. If not, I won't do any more. But if you are, let me know by engaging, commenting, subscribing. Until next time, my people, hope you've enjoyed this one.